Alright guys, I already got the car jacked up. In today's video we're going to be doing front and rear rotors and pads. Going to do all one concepts. Here they are. I get slotted only, no drilled, and I got the Optimum OE P series brake pads. And so today we're going to be replacing all the hardware here that comes with the new brake kit, because supposedly you're supposed to change these hardware every time you change your brakes and rotors out. Today I'm going to be really changing all that. I have the hardware right here. I think it comes with it when you get the whole kit. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty 100% sure. I just got the whole kit and they gave me the hardware, so I was like, alright. Alright, so we're going to be starting by taking out the two bolts. Here's one right here and one up here. Wait, right here. And those two right here, they're both going to be 22s. And I feel like it's the 22s for the back too, but I'm not sure. But once we get to the back, we'll see for sure. But yeah, just these two. And then you're going to see some little pins right here. And you kind of take like a little flathead or a little Phillips head and like kind of bang it out, and it will come out through that way. Alright, literally took me about like 15 minutes to get this one bolt out in the bottom, because it actually stripped. So the bolt looks fine, so it might be the caliper itself. And also, before you take off this caliper, the caliper will not come off due to a mounted hard line up here, and it's going to be this bolt right here. It will not come off. So, oh, that's crazy. Like I was saying, it's that bolt right here. So it's actually a 12 millimeter, and you're going to just zap it off and the caliper should come right off. Okay, so we got this bolt off, but also there is another nut on the other side right here that you need to take off for the caliper to come off also, and it's also 12. Alright guys, so now we got both the bolts off for the hard lines, both the bolts off for the caliper, and now we are ready to take the caliper off. But first I wanted to show you guys something. These are the little pins I was talking about right here. And since we're going to be using new hardware, we're not going to need these any longer, because these also do look beat. There you go. My bad. I'm trying to do this and hold the camera at the same time, so it's kind of difficult, but bear with me. Out. Boom. We do not need those anymore because they come with new ones. So discard of them properly. Don't throw on the floor like I did. And what's it called? To take these out, I find it easier just to do this. And then take this out. I might need two hands for this part, but I feel like you guys have the idea. Just remove these two brackets and literally this whole thing will come out and the brake pads will come out. Alright guys, there you go. Once you remove one of them, should be easy just to take the other one out. Like so. Alright, there we go. Boom. Then you're gonna take your brake pads out. That's nice. I'm gonna just pry it against this. It out. Alright, finally got it out. So here we go. My brake pad actually does have life on it. But here's why I'm actually replacing them. When I replaced my brake pads only last time I did this, I only replaced my brake pads all around, and I never replaced the rotors or resurfaced the rotors. So that caused the rotors were actually very warped, and I could feel it whenever I was braking. And I knew it was because I never resurfaced it. So that's what we're doing right now. Instead of just changing the pads, we're changing the pads and rotors this time. And I did my brake pads about like 2 months ago, so this is about a good time for me to just go ahead and do them anyways, just for extra safety. I'm actually also building this car for power, and I cannot stress this enough. If you are building a car for more power, the main important thing on your car is brakes, and this is actually going to save. This is like your whole investment, like assurance on your car. and this will actually like save your life one day. Good brakes are always a plus. If you ever have stock brakes on your car, like the stock just push caliper ones, I recommend replacing those and like doing like, I don't know, Brembos or Willwood, depending on what kind of car setup you're going for. Like you're going for a street car. Like my car's going for a street car, so I want my car to be safe everywhere I go. Oh my god. Every time that truck just passes by here, revs it, and floors it. I'm like, bro, whose man's? Anyways, we're gonna take this off. It's a hard line, so it's fine if it lays there. We took off my Z1 spacer, courtesy of Z1. And take this out. Boom. Yeah, you see? All this warpage. You can't really tell right now, but yeah, these babies were pretty warped. And I'm pretty sure the back is warped too, because I only changed the pads and I don't think I changed the rotors in the back, so we're gonna check on that too. But you see all these like screed marks and everything? Yeah, that's really not good, so that's why we're changing them out for those today. And the brake pads. So I'm actually gonna go right now and kind of like scrub these up a little bit and like push the caliper in, or push the pistons in, and I can show you guys how to do that in 1 second. Also, remember when you're changing your brakes, open up the reservoir cap. Alright guys, so I almost got the caliper fully depressed, as you can see. Hold on. Almost fully depressed and almost nearly fully depressed. And so how I'm doing this is basically I put the old rotor back on, and I just took like a pair of pliers that, let me see if I can find them real quick. Alright, so I took like these pair of pliers, nothing like, something that won't snap in half. And like, once you have these two, you're gonna push like that way. So put them in there, and just, you don't have to have any hardware in there or anything like that. And you just push on it, and then it allows both the pressure, and then if you have your brake fluid reservoir cap open, then it should be able to just go straight up. And when you take them out, there you go. They're all pushed in, and it should be for easy install for the new brake pads and rotors. And also, before you go on a test drive, pump the brakes a few times so these can actually come back out and put pressure to the new, so the new pads can apply pressure to the new rotors. Alright guys, so I got the new rotor on, and which brake pad goes on which side. Alright, so when you see this little piece right here, this piece is supposed to stay on the back side, which lets you know, this is like the, I forgot what they call this. I totally forgot what they call this for some reason, but it basically for when your brake pads are getting low, then at a point you're gonna start hearing like that screeching noise, like skeek, 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 skeek. Gay! Like, yeah, you know that noise. And so yeah, I'm gonna put that right there in the back. And so they put it in the back, so for the front, it won't really show up on your rotors when your brake pads are getting low. And you know, it won't make your rotors look really bad, so it'll just show more on the back. Alright guys, so we got the new rotor on, we got the hardware in and the pads, and they fit completely in after I pressed them down all the way. I got both these bolts in. What I did first, before I put the hardware in, I kind of took the so I took all this out, like the brake pads and the hardware, and I lined it up, bolted it up, the caliper real quick, and then after that was able to put my brake pads in, line them up with this bar right here, and then the hold downs right here, you know what I mean. But yeah, looks pretty good. After I get inside, I can pump the brakes. When I let the car down and I do the other side, let the car down, I can pump the brakes, and yeah, this space will no longer be there, and it'll be pressed in, and I'll be good to go. Alright guys, so I just completed the front. I'm actually gonna go test drive it up the street. Don't forget to torque your wheels down, which I'm about to do right now. I usually go about 95 foot-pounds for the front and 100 for the back. So I'm gonna go torque them down, make sure everything's tight, pump your brakes, make sure your brakes get hard before you leave your house or anything like that. And you're gonna want to do a few slow stops and a really good hard stop to make sure your brakes are functional. Alright guys, so I just went on a test drive for the front brakes. They feel amazing. Also, when I went on the test drive, this is what I did. Yeah, pump the brakes a few times before I even leave the house. Make sure everything's all good, everything's torqued up, your wheels are all torqued up and good. You go out and go to like about 35-40 miles per hour and do slow stops. Do that about like 3 times on like a straightaway somewhere near you. Like you have somewhere that you can, like, not a lot of cars are on or anything like that. Especially when it's quarantine, there's not a lot of people out, so you can really like do that. You're gonna hear a little bit of scratching, but that's kind of normal because they're new. So you're gonna hear that for about not too long. Mine went away actually quickly after like 3 times I stopped. It actually just went away ASAP. So I was like, all right. And then yeah, and then after that you can start doing hard pulls. Do a few pulls and then stop quickly, like go to like 50, go to 60, and then stop really fast. And then your brakes are basically broken in. And I wouldn't immediately go out somewhere and then stomp on the brakes, but yeah. Okay guys, also this is how they also look like when they're almost broken in. They look smooth and soft surface. Like literally this thing probably has like 1/1000th of a run out if you were to measure it. But yeah, 1/1000th of an inch of run out probably. Like these things are perfect right now. You're gonna get a whole bunch of brake dust because they're basically new. Yeah, look at that right here. All that dust, you just blow it off with an air dryer or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tackle the roof for you guys right now. Guys, so I thought I had to do the rear, thinking that I, even though I did it like about 2 months ago, but actually they actually are really good. So honestly, I might just save the rear for now. But if you do wanted to know how to do it, it's literally, let's see, this bolt down here, another bolt down here. Then you unbolt this through here for the line, and that's really it. And then, yep. But yeah, that was it. These brakes, R1 Concepts, totally recommend. If you guys are looking for a performance brake of any kind, these also weren't too expensive. Also, they're really good quality, and I really just tested it out up the street. So yeah, very recommend R1 Concept brakes. The slotted, I'm not really a fan of the drills. I don't know why, but slotteds are like where I like to go to. And yeah, thank you for watching. This has been the R1 Concepts brake pads and rotors for my 350Z. And like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.